I'm Steve from Dynamic Corvettes, and I've been at this game for 47 years working on just Corvettes. And I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm very much into the custom stuff. The custom stuff really excites me, especially the fiberglass stuff. And we've dealt with fiberglass for a lot of years, been in it with customizing, always wanted to customize, and got out of it when the customizing kind of died off. And when the Restomods came out, it made me feel like I was 19 again. And so I'm very passionate about what I do, and I put a lot of effort, just like I see you guys do. It means a lot to me. And so we have Mr. Peck's 63 Corvette here. Some modifications we had to make. It came to us with a roadster shop chassis, and they told him that he couldn't do what he wanted to do with the LT4 and the 8-speed, and we did it. We had to move it up 2 inches to get clearance to the ground. When we get done here, we'll give you a shot of the bottom of the car. But we moved the transmission and the engine up, and we made accommodations to doing that by cutting the floor out and building a whole new tunnel. But in turn of building the tunnel, we also had to build a new console and dash to accommodate everything else that we want to put in here. And the infinity box is going to be the controller of this car. With the infinity box, we're going to do an iPad in the middle of the dash. And in the middle of the dash is where we needed more room to put the iPad. And so we're going to bring you inside the car here. And keep in mind, we made molds of everything here. And so a lot of time went into this, and everything has been tooled. And what you see right now is out of our mold. There's been nothing else done to it other than trim the edges and set it in the car. And that's how much passion we put into making a part. And now with the molds, we can make these parts over and over. On the inside of the roof, we made a new headliner that has the moldings built in it, along with the styling line down the middle of it that mirrors the outside of the car. Then in the back, we made a one-piece panel that has that same styling line that wraps around inside the windows and goes up into the window all the way to the back. As you can see, this headliner is carbon fiber. We made our molds to infuse, so we can infuse the headliner. We can infuse this back window molding if we want to do all carbon fiber, or if you want to accent just part of it in carbon fiber and paint the other part of it. That's pretty much up to your design of when you're doing an interior. We're trying to accomplish to make this some changes in here. This was designed around another car that's working great into here. In turn, this was made to convert a 64-7 into a split window. So we have an insert that goes in the back window. This is our trim. So when somebody wants that split window look with flush mount glass, we can kind of accommodate them front and rear. The same token on the front, we don't have it all installed here, but we also have the 5-piece windshield molding that is made for the flush mount glass. We're putting flush mount glass in this car, but we're also still using the chrome molding. You will not see the big rubber weather strip. So you can see the tunnel that we've built to accommodate our 8-speed automatic. To keep ground clearance, everything's been moved up. So we made a new tunnel, and in turn, we knew we had to bring our dash up. We wanted our dash wider across here to put an iPad inside of it, because this is going to have the infinity box that controls everything. We'll have the infinity box installed. The iPad will be installed. All gauges will be installed. Simple enough for you to pull down. This is the dash that we make. It's a 3-piece mold, and this is out of the mold. This is the finish you get out of our mold. It's ready for you to pad it, leather it, whatever you decide to do on the dash. We're still going to put air ducts in here for vintage air and defrogger. Our center console was made to match up to our dash. We put a little compartment inside of here, somewhere to stash stuff. With the higher tunnel, there's not a lot of room, but there's some room in there. There's also inserts that go on both sides of the console. I just didn't put them in here because I don't have the dash or the glove box in here. Okay, just to show you the dash out of the car, it has all the factory original bolting locations across the top. You'll still use the rivets down the side. The glove box and the dash will both bolt in as it did factory original. You see the construction of the back side of it. It's all wide open, so if you need to do anything as far as tucking your leather, gluing it in, whatever, I'm in hopes this is good for what you need. Just to give you an idea how big the tunnel is, we've ate up a lot of space, but there's why we had to do what we did. Now keep in mind that our center console and our dash will still fit inside of an original floor of a car. So if you have a different design that you're doing and it doesn't have the big 8-speed automatic in it, that dash and console will still work. Okay, underneath the car, just to give you another explanation, getting clearance, transmission pan and engine oil pan. As you can see, we have plenty of clearance. Always been an issue with these cars when you put them down on the ground, you lose this clearance. We have plenty of clearance. And as a matter of fact, our exhaust is just a little bit lower than our transmission pan, but to do that we had to sacrifice room inside the cockpit, and I think we've covered all of our bases on that.